At Switch Expo, we have been talking about power and energy all the while, and today with us we have the undebated power generator from the sports arena, Pullela Gopichand. Hello, sir. Our first question to you is, fresh from the Olympic win, how does the coach plan to generate more PV Sindhus and Saina Nehwals for the country?
Well, I think it's been quite a journey till now, and every time I come back from the Olympics, the previous Olympics, I thought I've had enough, and now also before going to the Olympics, that was the thought. But having come back and seeing the kind of things which we can do as our people, as India, I think it just gives me a lot more energy. It's time to rebuild on the success of what has happened in the last two Olympics and ensure that we have more champions coming up in the future.
And sir, do you think that we really need celebrity support to develop the sports culture in our country?
Well, I think unfortunately it's a egg and a chicken situation. Unless the results come, the media doesn't publicize about it, and unless you publicize, there's no sponsors. So basically it turns around in circles. So it's important that you have visibility for the sport, and for that I think celebrities are important as well.
From a former badminton champion to now the 21st century Dronacharya of Indian badminton, from the other side of the field, how do you feel that the sports domain in India is?
Well, I think lots of things have developed in the last few years. We've had some, the government actually chipping in and doing quite a bit at the elite level. There is a considerable amount of media attention which we've got. We're pretty happy about it, but there's a lot needs to be done. I think new ways and new innovations in a way to say need to be taken. Grassroots level sport need to be looked at. School sports need to be looked at. The way in which infrastructure needs to be developed has to be looked at, and there are challenges, but the way we have progressed in the last few years, I believe we have a good team which is doing well.
And how do you think are the coaches in India being provided the exposure?
Well, I think a lot needs to be done on the coaching front. We haven't really focused on that area. There's been some talk going about developing the next generation of coaches, and I do believe that it's a step in the right direction. We've had the highest levels of the government talking about coaches, and for that I would think that the days for the future are going to be better.
One more question. How do you think the PSLs that are taking place in our country are working towards encouraging more sports culture in our country?
PSL is
Professional sports leagues.
Well, leagues are helpful. Definitely it gives more exposure. I think a classic example is the way Kabaddi has increased the popularity of the game. I think definitely it's a game changer in a way. We've had our badminton league which was pretty successful. We have other leagues as well coming up, and I'm sure these leagues are also part of the plan to actually ensure that more and more people watch, but also more and more people take up the sport, and more people actually generate incomes and careers out of the sport. So it's something in the right direction. Though with a point of caution, I would say that we need to work in such a way that the commercial aspects are grown structurally and not haphazardly.
A last word of wisdom for all the young aspiring sportspersons from our country.
Well, I think the atmosphere for sport is very conducive. The time I think is ripe for a sporting revolution, so to say. We are still far away in terms of a lot of facilities, but having said that, I think if you have the will, there's definitely a way to succeed, and a lot of corporates, a lot of NGOs and the government are looking for people who want to be pushing on the sporting field. I think champion or no champion, I think if you play sport in the right spirit, you're definitely a champion. So I think from that perspective, I think everybody should take up sport and continue to play sport all their lives.
Thank you so much, sir. Champion or no champion, we were with the champion himself, Pullela Gopichand, the man behind India's badminton Olympic success. This is Aishwarya Mohanty with camera person Yogesh for Switch News.